What's up, everybody? My name is Chad Shifley, and today we're going to be talking about one of the greatest films ever made and my favorite film personally, No Country for Old Men. Not only are we going to be talking about the film, but I also got a 6-scale Anton Chigurh collectible figure from Dark Toys that I'm going to be unboxing for you today. No Country for Old Men, directed by Joel and Ethan Coen, is without question the masterclass in tension, realism, and philosophical storytelling. Everything about it, from the writing, cinematography, to sound design, feels intentional, it feels raw, and hauntingly quiet. The movie is adapted from the novel by Cormac McCarthy and stars Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, and Tommy Lee Jones. 3 performances that perfectly anchor this bleak, modern Western. It's a story about fate, morality, and the changing face of violence in America. And since this is a Convergence episode, I'm tying my love for this film into something I've been waiting to open, the 1/6 scale Anton Chigurh figure from Dark Toys. So we're gonna talk about what makes this movie so damn brilliant, and then unbox one of cinema's most chilling villains.
If the rule you followed brought you to this, of what use was the rule?
Now, one of the reasons why I love this film is, in my opinion, it's pure perfection when it comes to filmmaking and storytelling. The golden rule in film is to show it, not say it. And if you are able to tell a story and get a point across and deliver so much information in just visuals without having it being said, I think that is an incredible gift of a filmmaker and an incredible talent to have as a storyteller. One of the major examples that I always use when I talk to people when they ask me what's my favorite film, it's the Coen brothers set up so many little details so elegantly, so perfectly, that they have a big payoff at the end. Or the payoff delivers a lot of information without saying or showing much. This film is a masterclass in cinematography, screenwriting, storytelling, directing, all the above, because it doesn't rely on music, it doesn't rely on heavy exposition.
Sir, I don't want a piece of that.
I don't either.
It doesn't rely on spoon-feeding you information. There are so many beautiful details that are put in front of you, and if you are looking for them, they tell a story very subtly but very impactfully. Now, the main example I'm going to use is Anton Chigurh's obsession with not getting his shoes dirty or his boots dirty. Now, there's several scenes throughout the film where he has this weird thing where he takes off his boots before he goes and murders people or commits some kind of chaotic act. So, a perfect example is in the film when he breaks into the hotel room and he kills the group of cartel members, but he removes his boots before doing so. After he shoots everybody up and there's blood and there's chaos everywhere, he sits down on the bed and he removes his socks and tosses them aside. Another example is when he confronts Carson Wells in the hotel and he takes him back to his room and he sits him down and basically executes him in the chair with his 12-gauge shotgun that's suppressed. Now, when Llewellyn calls Carson Wells' room, Anton Chigurh picks up and they have a conversation. There's a very interesting shot where Anton Chigurh looks down at his feet and you see the pool of blood trickling towards his boots, and before the blood gets to his boots, he lifts up his feet and he places them on the bed. Another little subtle detail that he doesn't want to get his boots dirty. Now, why am I saying all this? Because at the very end, when he is waiting for Carla Jean in the room, and she sits down, and they have that conversation at the very end, and he flips the coin and asks her to call it.
Call it.
And she refuses to do so. That's an amazing scene. There's a lot of tension. And then it cuts to the exterior of the house. We don't hear a gunshot. We don't hear any kind of a struggle. We don't hear anything. All we see is Anton Chigurh step out of the front door. He leans against the house and checks the bottom of his boots before he walks off. Now, this is such a powerful moment because it tells you so much with showing you just a little. So the Coen brothers built that moment up so well that we don't need to hear anything. We don't need to see anything. Just from Anton Chigurh stepping outside and checking the bottom of his shoes before he walks off tells us everything you need to know. That's just one of the few examples of the film that make it so brilliant. Now, Anton Chigurh is one of the greatest, in my opinion, one of the greatest psychopathic villains ever portrayed on film. And I have heard that Javier Bardem's portrayal of Anton Chigurh is the most accurate portrayal of a psychopath on screen. Now, if you've seen the film, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He is cold, he is calculated, but he's driven by some kind of a twisted, disturbing moral code.
You got no cause to hurt me.
No. But I gave my word.
And I think what makes certain psychopaths so successful on screen is a psychopath doesn't believe themselves to be crazy. And Anton Chigurh's character is a perfect example of that.
Do you have any idea how crazy you are?
You mean the nature of this conversation?
I mean the nature of you.
He is psychotic, he is homicidal, he is evil. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, I highly recommend you check it out. It won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, Best Directing, and Best Writing. It doesn't follow the rules of a normal film. So just a few examples, spoiler alert, the main character gets killed off screen, so you never get that closure with the main character. The bad guy gets away, and the film ends on what most people would consider a unsatisfying note. The movie grows on you, it grew on me, I think it's fantastic, but it does have many elements to it that don't follow that conventional structure, which is another reason why I think it stands out and I think it's a phenomenal film. Now, I could sit here all day and talk about this film and break it down in every little single detail, but I just wanted to give a little overview and express my opinion about how I feel about the movie, because we're going to get into the unboxing section, which is from Dark Toys. I have just started getting into collecting 6-scale figures. I started out with just collecting statues, but I'm running out of room right now, so until I get a bigger place, I'm going to kind of pump the brakes on the statues, and I'm more than happy to collect 6-scale figures because I do have a handful of them already, and I really do enjoy them. So if you're a collector like I am, and it's an obsession, and it's an addiction, you're constantly on eBay, Mercari, on third-party websites, and you're always looking for your next fix. So I came across the Anton Chigurh figure on eBay. Now, there's a couple companies that make a 6-scale figure of Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. I am interested in the other companies and seeing and trying to get my hands on other versions, but I was very much attracted to the Dark Toys Anton Chigurh 6-scale figure. I did my research, I looked at videos, I studied it online, pictures, information, reviews, all those things. And since No Country for Old Men is my favorite film, it was a no-brainer that I would love to have a collectible figure from the movie in my collection. I was a little skeptical at first because some of the photos of the likeness of the sculpt or whatever didn't really look super impressive, but then it arrived and I opened it. I immediately was taken aback and extremely impressed by how it looked. Wow. That actually looks pretty friggin' awesome. This is pretty damn good. I am very excited about this. And today's the first day that I'm actually gonna be taking out all the accessories as well and showing them to you firsthand. So here's the box, designed by Dark Toys and Red Star. Boxes, good quality, very thick cardboard or whatever, solid. Has a little wraparound cover here, and then you got a little piece of film that we're gonna remove to expose the figure. So there is Anton Chigurh, 6-scale figure by Dark Toys. So let's pull him out here. So there is Anton Chigurh out of the box. There's his stupid haircut.
What business is it of yours, friendo?
The eyes are phenomenal. Look at those. They got the eye light. The detail in the face is awesome. He doesn't weigh much. He's pretty light. He's got plenty of articulation. Very posable. Oh. All right, let's put that back on. Okay. The fabric feels pretty good. The pivoting of the head is pretty loose, but still able to be posed, but it's pretty loose. Like I said, quality feels good. The detail, the strands of hair, fantastic. All the wrinkles, the eyes. Probably the only thing I would say is, like, you know, maybe the fabric of the clothing could be a little bit more weathered and worn out, broken in, I guess you could say. It's a little too clean, but very minor. And then, of course, you have his classic boots. Yeah, get the boots. It's good. Boots that he doesn't want to get dirty ever. He does come with a alternative head, which is a creepy ass smirk. So there's the alternative head.
I need you to step out of the car, sir.
Now, if you remove the styrofoam, the accessories are there. So you have the classic captive bolt air compressed gun that he uses several times in the film to murder people, and then also to break the locks off the door so he can break in. Like, it's metal. So it feels like it's actually an air tank, like a little CO2 canister. Very cool. The little valve up there. You got the little... So this is very cool. I'm definitely going to be displaying him with that. And if you've seen the film, you know exactly what this thing does. His suppressed shotgun, alternative hands, a watch, and a base with his name on it. So you got Anton Chigurh. That's basically it for the accessories. I'm going to keep this head sculpt option on. I like this much better than the creepy smirk one. The great thing about having options is that you can swap them out whenever you want to change it up. No problem. All I'm going to say is the quality feels very good. Fabric is good. The detail and the sculpt are phenomenal, so that's the most important part, I think. The likeness to the character is pretty much spot on. Very good. Clothing, fabric feels good. Like I said, I wish it was maybe a little bit more worn, like worn in, broken in. But that's a little minor thing. Plenty of articulation, as to be expected with a 6-scale figure. So you're not going to have any issues or limitations when it comes to posability. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. No Country for Old Men is the shit. This figure is the shit. I can't wait to get him on my shelf and display it for everyone to see. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you like the movie? Do you hate the movie? Do you love this figure? Do you hate this figure? Let me know. Let's keep this conversation going. Once again, my name is Chad Shifley. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Stay collecting, my friends.